The last 2 patches have been game-changing for ranked and esports, so we've decided to give you a bit of an overview of what changed and how you can dominate your games with the new items, new strategies, all that jazz. Let's go.
Go, 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 go! I got 2!
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no. You no.
Pushing him out into the
That's
blue.
bullying.
That's dirty. That is dirty.
Nah.
Oh, what?
You chill. 다시 보기로야.
Victoria unfortunately hasn't got a helmet. He's got to be careful because he's going to be getting back in the car.
Oh,
quickly.
come on.
He's got me off fuel, but unfortunately he hasn't got the momentum. He jumps out, he gets the kills, gets himself back in that pixel. He's going to take some fire back. He gets another one in the back.
In update 36.1, PUBG added a lot of new items to ranked and esports, including the match log, the BRDM, we have the EMT kit, the tac pack, we have C4, we have the blue chip recalls. It's been an absolute game changer. So let's go through the changes one by one, discuss their impact, and help you get that impact going. Tac pack and the EMT are from public games. They each take a gun slot, but they can be impactful for sure. The EMT lets you heal faster and res faster. Doesn't work in the blue zone though. It's been nerfed quite a bit from the state that it came out in, but it's still a nice change for healing. Basically all your heals get boosted to half the time. Bandages go from 3 to 2 seconds. First aid's from 6 to 3. The med kit from 8 to 4. The energy drink basically takes as long as an energy drink, but works like a painkiller. The painkiller works like an adrenaline syringe, and so on. The tac pack basically takes up a gun slot and has 3 slots. So you can bring a lot of stuff with you. For example, a DMR and an SR in the tac pack, and then switch around with those. Make it seem like you're multiple people to enemies that can hear you shoot. That can be quite useful if you're holding a compound but your team isn't quite there yet. And if you're an absolute degenerate, you could put 3 panzerfausts in there and play a total of 4 panzerfausts. Massive drawback to these 2 items is that they take up a gun slot. This is why I think most pros would only put this in the trunk and use it when the situation is right. Most of the time you'd love to have 2 guns to use. So again, probably put it in the trunk and use it when the time is right. The repair kit is super cool, and a lot of people have picked this up immediately. You can repair armors and vests up to 3 times, including your teammates' armor and vest. That's something some don't know. It goes into the pistol slot, so not taking up one of those major gun slots, which is massive. And something a lot of people don't know is you can use it to take away tires from vehicles, and then later on, if you're running around with a tire either in your trunk or in your backpack, you can just put them on again. If you're in the compound, you're one of those guys who always gets the cars popped and all your teammates hate you for it, bring a repair kit, bring some spare tires, you'll be good to go when you have to go. The zipline gun is another change that I think is rather niche. It's cool to get onto some roofs that you maybe couldn't get on, create some crazy angles like above that warehouse door, or breach a building in some fancy way, but I think it's a little too clunky to do that consistently. And I also think there's so much powerful stuff in that pistol slot now that not a lot of people are going to be carrying zip guns. If anything, they'll find them in this situation and they use it there.
And no. Yes. All right. Okay. Heave. Heave. He's turning around to scout. Oh, I love this. This is great. This is great. Drifting.
The inflatable boat, it's a thing. It's a meme. But if you want to get across the river, there is no funnier way to do it if you didn't find the real boat. The C4 is one of those changes that have people in disarray. It's absolutely massive. Why is it absolutely massive? Because you put it on a car and you send that car into a compound, you send that car into a shack. There is nothing your enemy can do about it. You can jump out before it explodes. If you jump out just at the right time before it explodes, you'll still have that knockout invulnerability period, and then you're not flushed. But even if you do get flushed, blue chips are now a thing, right? Blue chip revives are now a thing. So getting flushed but taking the compound in the process is absolutely massive. I can talk about how incredible this is for a long time, but I'm just gonna roll this clip of me pretending to play a compound. I'm not talking to anyone, so I hear everything that goes on in the server, and when you watch the clip, you hear everything that goes on in the server, and there's honestly still nothing I could have done. The The BRDM is the second thing that's made absolute waves coming into esports. It's essentially a tank, or if it's not a tank, sorry, it's an armored vehicle, an armored personnel transportation vehicle. They immediately nerfed it in 36.2. They reduced the HP and they reduced the speed, but I'm gonna play some clips here of how many bullets it takes to destroy it. It's still massively tanky. If you have a panzerfaust, you can destroy it very quickly. If you panzerfaust the front and the player sitting in the front, he will die in the process. If you panzerfaust the front, players in the back will only take about 90 damage. If you have a lynx, you can shoot people out, of course, because you can shoot through the windows, but it's rather situational. So if you don't have a lynx and you don't have a panzerfaust, it's gonna take you around 4 AR mags for 5.5 guns with extended mags, or 3.5 with 7.62 guns. So you better have a full squad ready to blast. If you have a BRDM yourself, the one major thing I see people doing wrong at the moment is they just drive circles forever. It's not only about running out of gas. You're constantly drawing fire if you're on the move in open terrain. The strongest and best strategy to use a BRDM is put it in a safe spot, use it in the late game. In the late game, you start making plays on everybody, you know where you have to go. But if you waste half of your HP in phase 1 or 2, then you're gonna blow up quite fast. So if you have a spot to put it safe, that's absolutely the way. Maybe in the future, we'll see people send vehicles with C4s at BRDMs, but that has to be so perfect, and you have to hit a moving target there instead of a compound. But a man can dream, right? The red zone is also back. That's great. We all love the red zone. Thank you, PUBG. Don't get blown up by the red zone, guys.
Someone died in the red zone. Ha! What an idiot. Only losers die in the red zone, man.
The match lock goes a little bit under the radar. It's a pretty massive change though, for especially esports, but even for you in ranked as well. It allows you to just quickly check who's alive and who died and who knocked who in the last time. That's really handy if there's a fight going on somewhere around you and you want to double check which team is weak, which team is strong, is that solo still alive, all that kind of stuff is massively impactful. Makes you not having to watch all the time, makes it easy to look it up after you missed it. The only problem with the match lock is it doesn't count blue chip revives, so you can think a team is 3 up, but they've already revived. That's a problem. I'm sure PUBG will fix that in the future, but until then, be a little bit aware. That leads me to one of the biggest changes, which is the blue chip recalls coming to ranked and coming to esports. Everybody should know how they work at this point. If your teammate dies, he'll have a chip on him. You bring that chip to one of the revive towers, you revive them, they'll come back in a plane without their gear. It's pretty simple. Planes leave every 2.5 minutes, players jump out of them, their parachute opens pretty high, so they are quite vulnerable, but you get a player back that you could have never gotten back before. As long as you get the blue chip, you'll most often find a tower that is usable, unless you're already in phase 4 or 5, when maybe all available towers are in the blue zone, and then it starts hurting a little bit too much. You're also sending out a huge light beam whenever you revive, so everybody around you will know, okay, somebody is at that position right now, you're pulsating on the map. People can hunt you down or camp you out based on that information. If you're killing an opponent, you can take their blue chip yourself, but it will mark you on the map for their alive teammates. So that is a bit of a risk that you wouldn't usually take, but you can kind of cook with that. You can be the bait and try and lure their teammates back in if they want to go for that revive and you're already set up for it. If you kill 3 of a team, for example, and you don't want their last guy to come back for the blue chip later on, you can put them in a car, blow up that car, send that car to the bottom of the ocean. That's the only way that I'm aware of to destroy blue chips at the moment, but it does work. Few tricks about blue chips usage, because they're so massive, so game changing. You can obviously camp the blue chip towers. If you know teams want to go for revives, if you know teams have fought somewhere in the area, they're going to be locked in an animation, they're going to be focusing on the revive, you kill them. Secondly, you can try and hunt players that are dropping down from the planes, because they are fully naked, no armor, much easier to shoot out of the sky than emergency pickups. And then C, you can use a revived teammate to fly across the zone for you and just give you all the information, right? Like, they can scout everything for you. They can see every compound, they can try to figure out the splits, they can see what dips are free. They have a massive amount of information. So if you have some loot ready for them, or you're willing to give that player up, they can scout everything for you. And D, you can pull your—
Hey yo, what the fuck?
You can pull your parachute very high up. If you're in a late game respawn and you pull your parachute early, you can literally parachute into second place. We've already seen Gustav pull that off. We've seen Dante pull that off in the recent PUBG Masters. You pull your parachute very early, people will forget about you. The chances are very good that they're too busy to worry about you anyways. And you just figure out a team that you can land behind. They're going to be playing forwards. You're proning in the back. It can be an easy second place. That's it for the tips for now. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys figured out some stuff to use in your ranked games. If you like the video, leave us a thumbs up and let us know what you want to see next.